what we wanted to share with you today is our local listing management software that was awarded the Add to Action Award for Best Listing Management Software. So we're going to jump into the slide, but before we do, you can follow us at Rio_SEO or hashtag Rio SEO, and we'll jump right into it. So the next slide here is we're proud to say that we won the award from the Local Search Association, and some of the main elements that were the deciding factors on our award was our single local content management system. And this platform is a bolt-on CMS that allows multi-location businesses and brands the ability to interact with their own content management system, but bring additional fields, customizable fields and elements, allowing big brands to really granular optimize their data depending on where they're going to be syndicating the content and communicating to the search engines. And then our last piece of this is the roll-up reporting across citations, rankings, and reviews. And our new roll-up reporting element of our software we're super excited about, and it gives the brands the ability to measure their activity and see whether or not that activity is having effect on rankings and conversions. So super excited about the award, and we want to just jump into a little bit of the detail about the software, and then we want to open it up the last few minutes of our segment to any questions that the group on the call may have. So we'll roll to the next slide, please. So we start with a local content management system, and the key here is to collect, optimize, and distribute hundreds or thousands of location data. And so what we know is that each internet directory or search engine accepts different fields, accepts different amounts of characters in their descriptions. Many of them have different category naming conventions and things like that. And so what our platform does is it sorts out all of that noise. It understands all of the different elements and field sizes, and allows you to easily edit and manage and monitor that information while ensuring data accuracy and consistency. So making sure that your street addresses, your phone numbers, and any refined lat and long geo-coordinates can be communicated effectively across the local search ecosystem. And we integrate these into these feeds with a bulk APIs or bulk spreadsheets. And the unique thing about our platform is we're agnostic to relationships of of different aggregators or different search engines. Anywhere that a brand can manage location data, our platform can format those feeds and communicate those APIs, API information to those feeds. So giving you the flexibility to optimize and granularly drill down into these engines is really a nice piece of our platform. As well as the ROI. So the big thing now everyone's talking about is ROI from local SEO. And so understanding how your efforts are increasing rankings, how your users are converting with things like driving directions or coupon downloads are all important information to understand if your efforts are driving more activity, more rankings, more traffic, and more conversions. So the CMS is our core foundational platform that all of our other modules will be bolted onto. So we'll jump to the next slide. And so we talked about the customized bulk feeds for any directories. And this is really a key. As these directories change and accept more enhanced content, our platform is constantly evolving to accept and handle those new areas of feeds. An example would be right now Bing, about 6 months ago, Bing announced their new bulk management tool that allowed multi-location businesses to upload bulk spreadsheets into their platform and manage their local content. But Bing's coming out with an API very soon, and so you'll be able to edit information real-time in Bing instead of uploading spreadsheets. Our platform will convert those spreadsheets into API and give the brands access directly to the Bing's new API and communicate enhanced content through an API instead of a spreadsheet. Another piece is that we want to integrate local URLs. So as we syndicate location data through our software, we want to inject the local landing page URLs into all of these listings to drive relevant backlinks back to the local pages, to connect the dots between citations, as well as bringing analytics. So by having your local landing page URL injected into all your listings, you have a foundation for analytics. All of your traffic coming from all of those directories is going to be directed right into your local landing page URL, where you can sort out activity, sort out where traffic is coming from, and get a true understanding of what's happening on a per location basis for rankings and search traffic. And then the ability to keep all of these accounts under a single environment. So many of our multi-location customers are managing 10 or even 20 different syndication areas. So Google, Yahoo, and Bing, InfoUSA, Axiom, Localese, Yext, Superpages, Yelp. All of those require individual logins. They have a different user interface. And so having a single environment where all of your location data can be managed under a single password and then syndicated and communicated out under your accounts makes it easier for a brand manager to syndicate this information in one environment instead of trying to copy, paste, and format and log into multiple web interfaces. So keeping all your brand ownership under a single account is a key to simplicity when it comes to local listing management. So the next slide. And then our new piece of our software is our local rank citation and review reporting. We're super excited about our new ranking reports. These reports allow you to track both your organic ranking and your local ranking on the major search engines, so Google, Yahoo, and Bing, as well as third-party ranking. So the way the software works is you put a search term in, and you put some anchors that you're looking for, like your landing page URL or your main website, and then the software goes and scans the engines, looks for how you're ranking, not only for your website, but any third-party ranking. So is your Yelp listing ranking on the first page of Google, or is your Superpages ranking on the first page of Google? So understanding how your brand and your third-party rankings are showing up on the first page of the search engines is key to understanding if your efforts are actually driving higher rankings. And then our citation reporting actually will review discrepancies. So as you have an address, a geocode, a business name in your content management system, you want to check across different areas and make sure that the information matches. So our citation reporting will allow you to compare what you have in our database as to what may reside on other directories, and understand if those matches are complete or if there's discrepancies, and then drill down into those particular engines and repair those discrepancies to give you a complete, verified and validated citation. And then the last piece is review reporting. So how many reviews per location and average stars per location is really a key to understanding whether or not you should be focusing on reviews, and whether or not that focus is actually going to deliver higher rankings and more traffic. So bringing all of this reporting into a single environment through roll-up reporting and through click activity reporting gives the brands the understanding of whether or not more reviews had an effect on rankings, whether higher rankings had an effect on traffic, whether more traffic had an effect on conversions and click activity, and having all those roll-up reports in one environment to compare the cause and effect. So the new reporting is nice, and we'll be having a webinar coming up sometime soon to discuss the ins and outs of that roll-up reporting. So we'd like to invite anybody on the call to join us there. Again, you can follow us at hashtag Rio SEO or at Rio_SEO. And let me see if I have one more slide there, Joe. So cross-channel roll-up reporting, we discussed that. This is really the key to understanding your KPIs and your return on investment, and identifying the impact of your efforts over time. So understanding if cleaning up your citations has had a effect on your rankings, and then having the ability to export these reports by network. So you could You can check on Google or check off Google, check on Yahoo, and get summary reports. And one of the things I like about it is you can actually drill down to a network or a subset of locations. So maybe you want to see how all your California locations are ranking, or how valid your citations are for all your locations in California. Maybe you've got a subset of locations like pharmacies and things like that that you want to check your rankings. And so being able to filter, roll up those reports, and then generate those reports to send upstairs or across the hall is all a great part of the roll-up reporting.
Do you have a contact at each data aggregator that can facilitate duplicate removal / combining?
Absolutely. In fact, what we do is we run a Delta file with our customers. So we take the complete, clean list of data, and we, for each aggregator that we syndicate to, we pull their list of what they feel is the complete list, and we compare them and identify the deltas, and then we clean up those deltas by either deleting them if they're old or closed, or updating them if they're new. But ultimately, when you use our service to communicate with an aggregator, you're going to be cleansing duplicates and old listings from that aggregator and cross-referencing to make sure that the information they have is up to date and consistent with what you have in your content management system.
Once you've engaged all this stuff, how long does it take to see results and maximize traffic?
So when we talk about results, results vary based on where a result resides. So sometimes map listings can happen within a couple weeks. Organic listings could take 30 days or more. The waiting for the information to permeate through the ecosystem, depending on the directory that you may be monitoring, can take 30 days. What we say is anywhere between 3 to 6 months, you should have of effort, you should have a fairly clean network of listings. But 6 months should, if you're not all cleaned up by 6 months, then you're missing a couple elements. But 90 days to 180 days is generally the average for complete control of your listings.